This is an amazing, amazing vehicle. This is the future, and this is exciting. And wow, wowee, that's the battery cell on this vehicle. Andrew, tell me all about this supercar. It's an electric supercar based on a Chevrolet Corvette chassis, body, and frame, right? And then you guys have said, let's just strip all this away and make it all electric.
Absolutely. This is a street legal, all electric supercar. The first car broke several world records. It has a Guinness World Record in the standing mile, and it hit an overall top speed of 209 miles an hour.
Now, that was a C6 Corvette. This is the first of the C7s that you've done.
That's correct. It's based on the Grand Sports C7 Corvette. It's a wonderful platform, aluminum frame, very, very stiff, very competitive. We've got 5 battery modules, 1 under the hood, 1 in the exhaust tunnel, 2 in the gas tank cavities, and 1 in the trunk, and that gives it a low center of gravity and a near 50-50 weight distribution.
I was going to say, you know, in a lot of the electric vehicles, they put a huge battery pack where like a gas tank would go, and you've spread it out, which gives you a better weight distribution and a better balance.
Absolutely. We really wanted this car to be a driver's car, and so we left the stock transmission. So the car that broke the record and this car also are manual stick shifts.
So that's what I was going to ask. You told me to take a peek in the inside. I didn't want to, and I did, and I said we're going to do it on camera. So let's go to the inside then. I noticed you got a manual transmission. Now, every other electric vehicle I've ever seen has drive, park, and reverse, and nothing else, or maybe a neutral if it ever had to be rolled. You've got a 6-speed transmission. You left the transmission so I can keep shifting?
That's correct. This one is actually a 7-speed manual transmission, and it just makes it a real fun driving experience. On the runway, when we broke those world records, we didn't even use first gear. It was really only useful for smoky burnouts. So we use second through 5th gear.
And that's because it's all torque all the time?
It's 100% torque as soon as you hit the throttle, that's right.
What's the top speed?
This car will do 220 miles an hour and a range of 175 miles. So it's perfect for your daily driver when it's not shredding world records.
And what's the 0 to 60 time?
Under 3 seconds.
Wow. All right, let's walk through it. First, let's go to the wheels because that's where I want to go first. I think you got 20s and 22s. I think they're 365s on the back and 305s in the front. And we're at about 40 for the sidewall, 50, 60 for the, no, 30, 40.
I'd say that's about right, yeah. The real thing I want to focus on here is the Carbon Revolution wheels. They're 100% carbon fiber, and they take 10 pounds of rotating mass and unsprung wheel weight off the vehicle, which improves the range, efficiency, the handling, acceleration, everything.
Now, I notice you have Brembo calipers. Are those Corvette stock, or did you change the calipers?
Those are Corvette stock, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
No reason to change something that works.
They're world-class brakes. These are carbon ceramic rotors. The car stops on a dime, so.
Okay, and then what about your regenerating braking? Do you have regenerating braking?
Absolutely. That's really important to improve the range, and you can actually program it so that you can have more regen or a little bit less, and that'll be accessible through the touchscreen. Also, it has a programmable mag ride suspension that you can also program for different racetracks. So you could have a track mode for Laguna Seca that would dial in the regen and the suspension for that particular track, and then another one for, say, VIR.
Is it possible to pop the hood and take a look underneath?
No, we don't want to show. Yeah.
I understand. We showed the magic then, and this. So, are all the cars going to be one-offs for customer orders, or are you going to have like 10 ready to go?
So each one is bespoke. Once a customer has picked a color, they can name that color, and nobody else can have that color. Same thing on the interior. It'll be a custom interior design. The car comes with an ultra-high fidelity stereo system from Harman, large, high brightness touchscreen. And so each car will be very unique. We're only building 75 of them for 75 very lucky owners.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're going to go for about $750,000 each?
That's correct, yeah. 250 down and then 500 on delivery.
That's a big sticker, but you're telling me it's worth it because you got 220 miles an hour, you got top-notch acceleration all the way through, and something very innovative. And I think that this represents really the future. And if this is the future, I want to be part of it.
Absolutely. I really appreciate you saying that, and I firmly believe that you're correct. It is.
I like that this is a starting point. You're using a body that's already existing and kind of as a proof of concept, getting it out there, having some fun, getting some people to really get their hands on with an amazing driving experience. And then I imagine future generations, you'll maybe raise some capital and design your own?
That would be the goal long term, is to do our own design up vehicle. That's correct.
Take me through some of the other design elements that you've added. Obviously, it's like kit with these LEDs you've got going on. That's not a Corvette factory feature, is it?
No, not at all. And in fact, these will give you an indication of the state of charge when you plug it in. So when it's empty, they'll glow red, and you can see it fill. And then as it gets towards 50% state of charge, it'll go to blue. And then when it's starting to fill up, it'll turn green.
So if you are a guy or a gal who has several electric vehicles, is this a universal charger pretty much? Can I use what I use for my other cars?
Yes, absolutely. You can use every kind of charger except for a Tesla charger.
Okay. Why not the Tesla charger? Is that proprietary?
That's proprietary to Tesla, and actually we run at a different voltage from the Tesla system, so we're incompatible.
Got it. You said 175-mile range approximately. What if I'm pounding on the pedal? Does that go down to about a 50-mile range?
Well, on the runway with the first car, we did two 200-mile-an-hour passes, and we still had about a 50% charge left. So I think that's pretty impressive. The other neat thing was we could pop the hood, and you could touch everything under the hood. It wasn't scorching hot at all. That's so impressive to me.
Does it drive quiet?
It does until you get on it. It's very quiet when you're, putting around town, but when you get on it, it sounds like a jet fighter.
Did you add artificial sound to it, or it's just the way it is?
No, we haven't added any. We may add a system for pedestrian warning, but we're not going to make it sound like a V8. We want to make it sort of enhance the existing sound of the motors.
And on the tarmac, you burned some rubber too, so it's not just using 2 runs. You actually did a couple of burnouts, and then you were still at 50%.
That's correct, yeah.
That's a lot of power. All right, so you got the huge touchscreen, which is also not Corvette. You put that in?
Yes, that's a custom touchscreen that was supplied by Staffel Systems.
And you did a quilted suede as well for the seats and some leather in there, and the entire interior as well. I like that you did the BeTerrific red steering wheel. Thank you for that.
Oh, anytime. I think it looks great.
It does. I like this color. How'd you guys pick this color, and has this one been named, or is this the show car?
So this is just a show car. So the color was provided by the Prefix Corporation, and they're our build partners. They're based in Michigan and Rochester Hills, and they've been phenomenal to work with. They do world-class paint jobs, among many other things, and they're our contract manufacturer to build these cars.
The Corvette is a rear-wheel drive car. Is this an all-wheel drive, or is it a rear-wheel drive car?
No, it's still rear-wheel drive, and I think that adds to the fun factor.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. If you're going to drive a supercar, I think you want it to be rear-wheel drive, or you want a car that has a differential you could change, so that maybe if you're in inclement weather, you could have all-wheel. But when you're on a track, you definitely I believe you want rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, I just think it's a lot more fun to drive. It's just really appealing.
How did you guys start the company, and how did you get this project going?
It's been a long journey. We started out doing conversions of Ford Focuses, if you can believe that.
This is a long way from a Ford Focus.
It certainly is, yeah. It's been wonderful, and we're just thrilled with the end result.
How do people find out more?
From our website, genovationcars.com.
It's really, truly remarkable, and I'm really excited about it. I just think it's stunning. Are there any other upgrades that I've missed, or any other things that you've done to change the car that I've missed?
Well, in the future, the rear wing is going to be active, so at high speeds, that can act as an air brake or give you more downforce. We're going to have a high-speed aero package. We're doing wind tunnel testing with the University of Maryland. So we'll have a track package with high downforce, and then one with less downforce, more streamlined. And
you know what I just realized? So if you bring a car in here, you have to dump all the fuel, or they won't let you in the building. So you have to have like the littlest amount of fuel to get in the building. And then in some cases now you have to roll them in. But you just drove this in because there's no gas, which means I could just hop in and drive it out.
Yes, you could.
Where are those keys again?
No comment.
Andrew, I have an idea for a shoot later tonight. What do you think?
Well, count me in.
Awesome. All right, you're the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. I hope you're smiling, Jenny in Finland. You too, Paul Dixon, and all of you around the world on our Twitch chat and everywhere else. We're on Apple TV. Don't forget to download the app. Amazon Fire. Don't forget about Android TV, and of course on all the Cumulus stations. We're also on WRTN, and that's in Connecticut, and WTXX. You guys are all amazing. Stay with us. We got more to come. Live from CES 2018. We're here all week. It's never going to stop.